As many of you know, Father Jonathan is respected for his passion for creating a more inclusive campus, for making students and underrepresented groups feel welcome, at home, and at part of the Anselmian community. He had the vision to realize that in order to be successful in a world with changing college-age demographic and more globalized society, a true Anselmian education needed to include cultural exchange and diversity awareness. And from there, the seeds of the college's Multicultural Center were planted. Father Jonathan, the members of the Board of Trustees of the college and the college's senior leadership felt it fitting to honor you, your commitment to making St. Anselm a more welcoming and inclusive campus, and for your foresight in creating a multicultural center that will serve students for years to come. As such, we officially announce today that the college's Center for Inclusiveness and Multiculturalism will be named in honor of Father Jonathan. And to sustain the good work of this center, we've created an endowed fund in your honor, Father Jonathan. To date, $200,000 has been raised through the generosity of alumni, friends, faculty, staff, and trustees. The advancement team promises to continue raising dollars to this fund and have committed to reaching $250,000 by the end of the summer. Father Jonathan, on behalf of all the trustees and everyone in attendance this evening, thank you for all you've done for St. Anselm College. Your legacy will live on each and every day for generations to come, and in the minds and hearts of thousands of alumni and students. We wish you all the best during your sabbatical period and then the next chapter of your life, and hope that you'll stay deeply committed to St. Anselm. Father Jonathan, may I please invite you up to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you, please. Gee, I thought somebody was going to say something nice about me tonight. I realize this has been a very long evening, perhaps longest for me. So I intend to be relatively brief because we have a very full day of Board of Trustees meetings tomorrow, and then we start alumni reunion. I am overwhelmed by this. I had obviously no idea about it, so I thank you to the board and thank you to all who helped to support it. It is a very important initiative, and it will continue to be, I think, as the years go on here at St. Anselm. And I hope that we are able to do justice to what's something that is very, very important both to our world and to our church. And I could not have asked for a greater honor, so thank you very much. I was kept in the dark about this event, and it's probably just as well, since I might have nixed some of the wonderful ideas that people had. But the only good piece of advice that I gave was to get Mary Ann Esposito involved. And I think that we can all agree that that was probably at least one good idea that I've had 24 years. So thank you again, Mary Ann, for doing what you did this evening, and for, I can't wait to get on that bus. Now, some of the trustees have threatened that they're going to be on the bus with me, so I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very much looking forward because it's a part of Italy that I don't know much about, and so I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm also grateful for the great friendship that Marianne, you have been, and Guy to me. I hope you've all had this evening the chance to meet our next president, Dr. Stephen DeSalvo, with whom I've been delighted to work during this time of transition and will continue to. I promised him that I will get out of the way on July 15th. And I promised him too that I will do all that I can do to help him successfully begin his tenure as president. And I pray that all of you will do so as well, because he will need obviously the support of the board and the community, our monastic community, and our many friends. So thank you, Steve, for accepting, since I now can actually leave the office. Thank you to all of you who are here tonight from near and far. And I realize we've got people who have come from Washington, my classmate Ken Goodchild, Bill Kelly from Savannah, Marie George, president of Cabrini College from Pennsylvania, who was executive vice president here, Ann Botteri, who came from Florida and was very much involved with the Institute of Politics and other things. And I'm very, very grateful for people taking the time to be here tonight for what I've called another part of my funeral. Because the past couple of months have been unlike any other in my life, as I've heard the well wishes and expressions of gratitude from so many. It's been a very humbling experience for me. And though I think probably many don't believe it, I don't really like all this attention on me, on the college, yes, but not so much on me. So I kept reminding myself of the words of the late Benedictine Cardinal Basil Hume, who, when he was abbot of the monastery of Ampleforth in England, once said something like this to his monks: "Remember, brothers, that when you finally die, someone will be happy for it." And so it probably applies to me leaving the presidency after all these years, and I suspect that more than one will be happy for it. But tonight, thank you so very much for all of the kind words, all of the recollection of what has been, and all the hope for what is yet to come. In moments like this, as we're approaching our 125th anniversary of the college's founding, it's important, I think, to think back again to when this college began and the enormous faith and vision that our founders had. If it had not been for the vision of the first Bishop of Manchester, Dennis Bradley, if it had not been for his persistence in convincing Abbot Hilary Frengel that this college needed to be founded, the Benedictines might still be sitting in Newark wondering when they'd started. But together, Bishop Bradley and Abbot Hilary made an incredibly strong team. And tonight, we must be ever grateful for what they started and nourished. And I'm going to return to that thought in a moment. But before that, I need to say thank you to some groups and individuals who are here tonight. To our Board of Trustees for the outstanding leadership that they have shown and for their care of the mission of our beloved college. My thanks to Abbot Mark, Abbot Matthew, Bishop Joseph, and my Benedictine confreres, who have assisted the college's progress in so many ways, not the least of which has been their prayer. To our benefactors and friends, whose philanthropic generosity is responsible for so much of the good that happens here. To my colleagues from the New Hampshire higher education community, some of whom are here tonight, who have supported, encouraged, and cajoled me in the most helpful ways to help make our education ever stronger. To the administrators and faculty who have served here over the past 24 years and have made the delivery of an excellent education possible. To the members of my cabinet, to Suzanne Mellon, our Executive Vice President, Father Gustin, Pat Schuster, Harry Dumais, Joe Horton, Jim Flanagan, and Brad Poznansky, who have always provided the professional expertise of their areas to help me better understand the challenges and to help me come to good decisions. This has been an unusually stressful year for them, and I express my heartfelt gratitude for their support and for their outstanding work. If I may lighten up a little bit, I want to thank them especially for approving air conditioning for the President's office now that I am leaving. And I'm wondering if there is some connection to the fact that we have a new Chief Finance Officer. I had to get it one dig in. And my profound thanks to Janet Poirier, my executive assistant, whose calm and expert work has held so many things together and moving forward during this particularly chaotic year. So now to get back to the founders for a concluding thought. I suspect that they would never have imagined what we see around us today at St. Anselm College. Given the trials of the founding years, I wonder if as that generation passed, if they worried. If they worried that this project would survive. I suspect that being the people of faith they were, they knew and believed in their heart of hearts that it would survive, that it would be with God's help and with the good kind of stewardship that they modeled. And it has not only survived, but it has grown into something that would have been unimaginable for them. God's help has been here certainly throughout. And certainly there have been good stewards who have realized that it was not only their hard work and vision that would ensure the mission of St. Anselm College. We will all one day pass into the history books. And a century and a quarter from now, some future stewards will be sitting in a room like this, hopefully grateful for the small part that we have played for our stewardship of a sacred mission that we saw fit to advance. We do not own the mission. We only have care of it for a relatively short time. Let us pray that we all do the best we can so that St. Anselm College continues to be a place where God is honored, where students are nourished in wisdom, where respect and love for God and for all God's children and for the world are cherished above all, so that it will be a better place because we have been part of it. Thank you all again, and God love you all.